Hi there, I'm Alex Blinsky and I'm excited to share with you some crazy and funny and spiritual stories, all from the West Virginia Charleston mission. I hope you enjoy. Kayla, getting the car stuck in a ditch on a snowy hill. Kevin, never had one actually. Jay, a half pit bull and half mastiff came after us. The head looked me directly in the chest and I'm 6'5". My senior companion put out his hand and yelled, "Stop!" The dog did just that, and we backed away slowly. I was sure we were dead men. Connor, a lot of the areas I tracked it in I would never go back to now. They were pretty rough neighborhoods, but no one usually messes with you as a missionary. You can go pretty much anywhere you want. But use common sense and caution, though. Oh, and also one time a guy sicked his dog on us, and I had to threaten it with a pen to get it to stand down. And I was this close to stabbing that thing when my Zebra F301... if it came any closer. Henry, not really dangerous, but crazy. We were out tracting on a rural road and we're about a mile from our car. It was a nice sunny day. Suddenly a rainstorm came out of nowhere. We started back to our car just as scattered drops were falling, but by the time we made it back to our car we were soaked. We couldn't have gotten wetter if we had stood in the shower. Plus our windows had been left down in our car, so our seats were soaked as well. We went home and got dry. Josh, less active, answered the door with a shotgun. Ryan, driving in the wintertime gets a little scary in the mountain roads, also hitting deer. Benjamin, I got hit by a car on my bike and I was shot at by a young gangbanger. Both incidents were in Beckley, West Virginia. Funny, Kayla, shoving unwanted food into a plastic bag while the host wasn't looking. Kevin, going frisbee golfing in Huntington, West Virginia, since most of the course was on a hill surrounded by trees. Found a lot of lost frisbees. Also watching my companion get drenched by a wave of water while riding our bikes. Jay, tracting in a threesome. I'm 6'5" and my other two companions were 6'4" and 6'2". Needless to say, we never got into people's houses, so we would play a game that one of us would say a random word at the door, and then the other two would have to use that word in the conversation. Many tears of laughter were shed. Connor, we once prayed with a guy who thought he was speaking in tongues, which turned out to be just yelling, "Woo boo 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 boo," over and over again. Then he started dancing. Then my companion started dancing with him. I had to pretend my shakes of laughter were me crying so I didn't offend the dude. Henry, we were tracting and the lady yelled at us to stay away, but then she felt bad and insisted that she didn't want to be seen as a bad person, and insisted that we have some pepperoni rolls and some lemonade. But we couldn't preach to her. We spent 20 minutes enjoying the treats and making friends with her. Josh, taking the moonshine from someone's house after she committed to living the word of wisdom. Ryan, tracting haulers and meeting interesting people. Praying with people who are very vocal during prayers. Greatest mission in the world. Benjamin, I had bad diarrhea and you could hear me through half the bathroom door since it was right next to the dinner table. Sorry if that was too much information. Kevin, teaching a lady in my last area we had walked into. I was not able to see her get baptized, but after visiting my mission a couple years later, found out that she had joined the church. Jay, asking a woman to be baptized, I can still remember asking her how she felt and receiving the answer, "If this is how I can feel in your church, then I'm in." Connor, bearing testimony about the restoration was a really good way to bring the Spirit into a lesson. I felt it was true when I bore testimony of it. Henry, one Sunday it was snowing really hard, but we had received no word about church. We picked up the bike elders and went to the church. The drive was crazy, both to the bike elders and to the church, but we managed to make it. At the church, we found out church was canceled because of the snow. The only people there was the bishop, one of his counselors, the elders' quorum president, one other member, and us 4 missionaries. We decided to have a simple sacrament meeting. The bishop had bread and water prepared. We had a prayer, sang a hymn a cappella. The sacrament was passed, blessed and passed. We each took turns bearing our testimonies. We sang a last hymn, had a final prayer, and left. It was very simple, but it was one of the most spiritual sacrament meetings I've ever attended. Josh, testifying of Joseph Smith and the Savior to a Wicca. Ryan, seeing less actives come back to church after being away for a long time. Benjamin, when we challenged an individual to immediately kneel down with us and pray now to see if what we are sharing is true. He did so and agreed to be baptized after that. On a different note, going back to the bike accident and being shot at, I was able to walk up immediately after getting hit with no major injuries, and my garments protected me from scratching, etc. The only visible marks were on places the garments were not. When I was shot at, I could feel the bullet whiz by before the trigger was pulled, so when it actually was pulled, I was already dodging it out of fear. Well, that sounds really cool. Lastly, my companion and I were tracking in a major rainstorm, and so no one would let us in, and we were on bikes. So I asked if my companion had the faith to stop the rain through prayer. He just looked at me weird, so we went into a gazebo and kneeled down and asked for the rain to stop, and it did, so we could get back to work. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed those stories from the West Virginia Charleston mission. I'm grateful for all the people who have taken this time to take a survey. We've got lots more responses about interesting facts about the mission, testimony, packing advice on the website, preparetoserve.com. If you served in the Charleston mission and you're willing to help out, you can go to preparetoserve.com/survey and just fill out as many questions as you want to there in the Google form. And that will add to building the resources on the mission page on Prepare to Serve. If you're willing to be video interviewed about your mission, we'd love to interview you sometime in Utah. Just message us and we'd love to set up a time to do that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.